Et bien salut tout le monde, c'est ExVSK. Aujourd'hui on se retrouve encore une fois pour une nouvelle partie sur Elle est Noire, sur le chapitre La Belle et le Clochard. Alors comme d'habitude je suppose qu'on va trouver des femmes nues, donc vous savez ce que ça veut dire quand il y a une femme nue, hein. Censure comme d'habitude. Ah.
Yeah, Californians love a fat dope. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
Greetings from sunny California. When's it gonna stop?
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Bon, au moins celle-là elle porte ses affaires, c'est une première. Bonjour madame. Encore les triples bruns.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services,
F.
F1363.
F1, bon, 1363. On va juste retenir ça. Alors, pas de marque au doigt ce coup-ci. Étrange. Est-ce qu'on n'aurait pas affaire au même tueur? On va voir sur votre main. Non, rien du tout. Pas d'indice. Tiens, c'est une première. Pas d'indice sur le cadavre. À part l'étranglement et un truc de pressing pour... Bon, si je fais ça, que je fais ça... Non, on peut pas descendre plus bas. On va juste regarder si... Ok, toujours la même... 1363, ok. Bon, bah apparemment, il n'y a rien d'autre sur elle, je dirais. À vue nulle, doit encore avoir sa culotte. Et un B, mais il est où? Hein? De l'argent!
Not sure this means much.
Bah si, ça veut juste dire que personne n'a... Du 41, je parie.
No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? Traces de pneus.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Tiens, il y a le truc qui est apparu là. On va y voir.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
C'est tout! Une cinématique pour ramener une dame. Oh là là, je vous jure. Allez, vas-y, refais ton charabia.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks, ma'am.
Bon, ben je pense que c'est tout. Bon, allez, on va à la voiture. On va aller à la blanchisserie pour voir. La voiture, ça? Casse-toi!
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Là-bas!
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Oh, c'est cool ça ici. Bonjour. Passer.
At least the rain stopped. We can change back into those white bucks now.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Alors, c'était 63, c'est ça. Voilà.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Allez. Donc on va... Y'a rien d'autre à prendre ici? Non. Y'a pas un string qui traîne? Ah bah non, à l'époque il n'y avait pas des strings je crois. Bon, bah je pense qu'il n'y a rien d'autre à faire. On peut se barrer. S'il veut bien se barrer. Donc on va aller au domicile de la défunte. Hein. Can drive.
Can you drive to this one?
Donc c'est... ça doit être là.
Where are we headed?
Voilà.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Ah, c'est pas trop moche ici. Bon, ça peut bouer. Il y a un bateau, le monsieur, carrément. Des chaussures ici.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Alors,
Something funny, Tarleton?
qu'est-ce qu'on a ici?
Filling out a missing persons report actually rules him out as a suspect.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Voilà. Ah, pourquoi est-ce que le portrait est abaissé?
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
J'avoue, je me demande aussi. J'ai l'impression que dans ces années-là, les couples dormaient pas ensemble. Hein. Que c'est ça? Hein? Ah. Un petit sac à main ici.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Putain, mais tu l'as même pas ouvert! Que les îles. Alors, regardons ici. C'est quoi ça? C'est quoi? C'est de la drogue!
Not much help.
Ah, qu'est-ce qu'on a ici?
This isn't what we're looking for.
Ok. Oh, je suppose que je peux pas entrer dans la cuisine, sinon... Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Oh, une réplique du bateau! Y'a rien à regarder ailleurs? Non, y'a rien. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Ah, encore la boîte d'allumettes. Excusez-moi.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Bon, je suppose qu'il n'y a rien. Ah! Un nouveau sac à main. Ah, lui, il l'ouvre par contre.
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Il ne peut pas y avoir grand chose sur le rouge à lèvres. Hop, qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? C'est quoi ça?
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
Je vais quand même vérifier le rouge à lèvres. Parce que c'est bizarre quand même. Non, il va pas y avoir quelque chose dedans. On peut rien faire d'autre. Ok! Bon. On laisse ça ici. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? Ah! Des chaussures et de la boue.
We can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
Et là, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Ah, je sais! Elle a été tuée par ça! Par le râteau! Le bateau, y'a quoi dedans? Ah! Une corde! Coupée!
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Ah ah ah! Ça commence à prendre... Oula, c'est pas ce que je voulais faire, mais bon, c'est pas grave. Hein? Vous avez vu? Attendez. Bon, bah je crois qu'on peut questionner maintenant. Allez! Allons-y. Allez hop! Questionnage!
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
Là, je dois avouer que... bon... Je sais pas, je suis pris d'un doute. Merde, là j'avoue, je sais pas. Quoique, vu la tête qui tire, ça serait peut-être un doute. Hein. Ça serait peut-être un doute. Attendez, vérification. Ok, donc... Bon, on va tester un truc.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
Ah, la corde! La bouline!
Your wife was strangled with triple braid rope. The bow line from your boat is a perfect match.
Look, I know this looks bad. I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I let her go.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Non, je peux pas te croire là.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Non. C'est pas me regarder dans les yeux de temps en temps.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Dès qu'il dit la vérité là.
Why did you only
Oh!
this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Tarleton. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Et comme d'habitude, le téléphone apparaît. Et donc, quand le téléphone apparaît, qu'est-ce qu'on fait? On appelle.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks.
Allez, on va aller au Baron Bar.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Je veux plus d'informations sur le Baron Bar avant de commencer à attaquer les clochards. LOL! Il a reculé carrément, il a pas cherché lui.
Satisfying, good eating, and make your mouth water.
Cheer up, son. Call the group. That's one heck of a Sunday.
Alors, monsieur le barman.
Drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Now, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
Il est vérité.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Nouvel objectif, localiser le taxi, d'accord. Bon, ça peut se dépêcher là.
An APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
Yep. Continuons donc la discussion.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
Mytho, 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 mytho.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
Il a un regard franc. Ah, il dit la vérité.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
And she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. You can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Comme d'habitude, hein, il s'en va. Hein. Allez, fais-toi écraser pour une fois. Ah merde. Ah! Amateur de voiture, là. Oh putain, t'as l'air chaud de conduire ici? Excusez-moi. Putain.
Look, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Allez, je vais t'avoir, ma grosse.
I'm showing you how it's done.
T'aurais.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Allez, tire.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Je fais que ça et tirer dessus là.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Putain mais je suis ultra stable. Ah!
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
Faut essayer de dire qu'à faire.
You're letting this lust get away from you.
Mais non t'inquiète pas, il va pas s'éloigner,
You
regarde.
shouldn't have waited for me, Phelps.
T'inquiète pas, je vais l'avoir, je vais l'avoir, je vais l'avoir.
Now is not the time to play around,
Mais
Phelps.
putain mais touche-le, tire!
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Tu te fous de ma gueule! Je suis à 10 cm de son cul là!
End this farce. Spin him out. Pull the road's wet. All right, you got me.
T'es à moi, connard!
Put your hands in the air! Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
Putain, il fait chier avec sa tête là, sérieux.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Ah! Téléphone! On va prendre le téléphone. Toujours prendre le téléphone.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks for your help.
On va aller au central.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop.
Ah oui, reconnaissez-moi, je suis beau, je suis grand, je suis sexy. Quoique... Ah putain, chier. Où est-ce qu'on peut aller?
I need to go over the case notes.
Oh, aller au hasard, hop. On voit le campement des clochards.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
Allez.
Damn wet.
Always bother me. Sick woman. Never leave me alone. I fought. Risked my life. I'm the one. Nobody cares about me. I took a
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. Do you know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
Ah, the bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? qu'il me fait ce con? C'est quoi ce truc ici? C'est pas super joli, hein? Comme ça, je peux pas faire ça. Bon, on va regarder un peu ce qu'il y a. Ah, il n'y a rien ici. S'il va y avoir une entrée, qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? Il n'y a pas grand chose, hein. Bon. On va quand même fouiller le campement. C'est quoi ça? C'est une tente un peu moderne, ça, dis donc. Bon. Il n'y a pas l'air d'y avoir grand chose. On fait le tour du proprio. De toute façon, on peut pas passer par là. Pas d'entrée. Oh! J'ai pas été là-bas. Et on va voir ici ce qu'il y a.
I wish I could afford that. That's a guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Now there's an oxymoron for you.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Ok, bon ben ça servit à rien. Hein. On a juste vu un vieux militaire, tout ce qu'on a vu. Super! J'aurais peut-être dû aller au central, ça aurait été plus vite. Hein. Fuck la police. Bon bah allez, let's go au central. Hein.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Yep. Alors. Interview 2.
What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
C'est où la 2? Je sais jamais c'est où. C'est là?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Il me fait douter parce qu'en fait, il est... Ah bah c'est un doute. D'accord, quand il fait hop 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 avec les yeux, ça veut dire que c'est un doute.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. I caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free. You
think the vice boys get any on the side?
Bon. Bah ben, on va sortir, hein. On n'a pas trop le choix, de toute façon.
You can drive. And where exactly are we going?
C'est quoi, on va prendre les clochards directement, hein. C'est plus rapide.
Three suspects in the can and one on the hook. There's still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Carrollson picked up?
11K, roger.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic, fellas. You need to hold out to the cavalry rounds.
How do we do that?
Like this.
Oula! Viens de mettre! Tiens, tiens! Bim! Tiens!
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il y a en son taudis? Ah!
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps.
On a un petit truc ici.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Ouh là là, de la tension dans ce ring là. Hein. Alors. Toujours la photo.
Incidental.
Ok, c'est secondaire, si tu le dis. Hein. Alors qu'est-ce qu'on a ici? Tiens, on a une corde. Oh oh. Avec du sang et tout.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
C'est lui notre meurtrier. De toute façon, je peux pas retrouver plus que ça. Alors. Ah, un petit porte-monnaie. C'est quoi ça? Ah, c'est le porte-monnaie de la fille. Il est vert.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Bon. Alors. Bon, ben je pense que on tient notre coupable. Hein. C'est lui. Donc on va aller retourner au central.
You know the way. You can drive.
Et on va l'interroger.
Where are we headed?
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
Alors, il est où notre petit clochard qu'on doit interroger? Ça? Ici? Okay.
I want to make homicide.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
How long is this going to take?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You need me to sign some papers or something?
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Well, are there any...
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Threes of Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Il m'énerve ce gars, il est trop religieux. Oh! Oh! Tout ce que j'ai loupé! Putain! Fuck! Mais qu'est-ce que j'ai loupé là? Fait chier! Le chauffeur de taxi. Putain, merde. J'ai voulu aller trop vite à mon avis sur ce coup là. Mais bon, je savais pas que la vidéo dure 10 000 ans non plus, donc j'ai peut-être zappé des trucs sur le coup.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Councillor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
You think those Vice boys get...
Allez, on va se laisser ici. Pour cette enquête foireuse à 3 étoiles. Ah, pas de bol sur cette mission là par contre, j'avoue. Bon, en tout cas, j'espère que cette émission vous aura plu, mes loulous. Sur ce, je vous laisse. Prenez soin de vous, pour le n'oubliez pas d'avoir la Ouiiii attitude, comme d'habitude, avec j'ai très peu au cul. Vous connaissez la chanson que c'est, vous connaissez le dicton. Vous faites pas pouter partout, et je vous dis à la prochaine pour de nouvelles et folles aventures. Ciao, bye et peace, peace.